far as rideability of this bike, this is a very touchy throttle bike, so you know, be ready for that. It's not like super smooth on the fueling. Because it is supercharged, it's very, very touchy. One of the other things on this bike is the fuel mileage, as you would expect, is not great at all. It's pretty terrible. Expect to be filling up every 100 to 120 miles, depending on how you ride. The way I ride, every 100 most of the time. But you're not buying a bike like this for MPGs, are you now? I mean, besides, the trade-off is great. Listen to that exhaust. And that flutter. It builds power so hard. So freaking hard. Jesus! It's scary how fast this bike is. Like on back roads like this, I come into corners a lot hotter than I probably should have with a stretch bike, just because I'm not expecting to get going that fast. Now, back when this was stock wheelbase, the bike could corner pretty well. I haven't ridden one of the newer ones. I hear the newer ones are better. They're more planted. I hear the fueling is a little bit better. So that was one of my biggest gripes with when it was stock wheelbase, like doing corners and stuff, was that the fueling on it was so touchy. I was scared of the back end coming around on me, like giving it too much power and it just flipping me off of it, high siding or something like that, you know, because coming out of corners, I couldn't just give it a little bit, you know, even like the littlest touch on the throttle was like 40% power. It was ridiculous. Some of that can be saved with a tune. Like if you get the bike tuned, it will work a lot better. The fueling is never, I haven't ridden anything that's perfect, but it is a little bit touchier of a bike. Not saying you can't take it to track days and stuff, because you absolutely can. Would get it at least flashed and see if you can get the fueling worked out a little bit. But again, I haven't ridden the newer ones, which I hear are a lot better. That flutter, oh my god. Now, my favorite part about this bike, and it's like times 10 now that I've made it look like an H2R, is the bike draws so much attention. So much attention. Like, even people that are not bike people, like car people, or not even any of them, just come up to the bike and are like, what in the world is this? I mean, it looks like a freaking spaceship. It's got upper wings and lower wings. It's 6 inches over. It just looks ludicrous. It's all carbon fiber on the front end. It draws a crowd anywhere. Like, I go to a car meet or something, forget about it. The bike definitely draws a crowd. There's nothing that looks like an H2. Nothing. The bike is definitely, it's a handful to ride. It's a thirsty bike. Makes a ton of power. Sounds amazing. Draws a crowd. And by far is the best bike I've ever owned.